Wushu rope dart is an ancient Chinese weapon where the end of the dart, the end of the rope, you have a rope with a weapon at the end, like a sharp tip. And the object is you manipulate the rope and you shoot it back and forth. And you impale someone with it and you pull the rope back. You impale someone else with it, you pull the rope back, and you go on it. And then I have a tennis ball one, which is for practice. This is actually not mine, it's a friend of mine that I borrowed because I don't usually use this. And so it's a long distance, I would say it's a medium distance weapon. I'm just going to show you some basic moves. Very basic. This is kind of like the foundation move. You'll see a lot of something like this going on. It's going really slow. I'm not really changing the direction of the rope dart. I'm just kind of using my body to guide it in different ways.
And do you ever bring the ball down on top of someone, or you just roll?
Yeah. So this is there's two types of weapons. There's the rope dart, which has a dart at the end, and then there's the meteor ball, which has like an iron ball at the end. And although the movements are very similar, the strategy is very different because with a sharp weapon, the object is to pierce, so it's more kind of pointed at you. Whereas a meteor ball would have more movements like this, where it's crushing like that, where you're swinging it and then kind of trying to hit this up with it.
You don't want to be in the
typically in kind of real combat, the length of the rope is should be about 2.5 times your length. When I practice, my comfort zone is my height and then all the way down. So this one is a little shorter than what I'm used to. But it's not mine. So my friend is a little shorter. And so let's see. This one's mine. As you can see, it's a little longer because I use for certain tricks, for certain movements. This is kind of my comfort level. But if you're good at it, you should be more comfortable using more slack. And the idea with rope dart is you have to practice to be precise. Right? It can't just go wildly everywhere. You practice for precision. And what I like about the reason I'm giving you an intro to rope dart, is because I feel like, as far as Wushu is concerned, this is a very technical weapon as opposed to a physical ability weapon. And by that I mean, like, you don't need to be flexible to be able to do this. You don't need to be in good physical condition. You don't need to be, you don't have to have the splits or anything like that, whereas some weapons, you have to have that certain level of body ability to be able to do the moves. Whereas this, I think, has more in common with something like a yo-yo, where if you learn the tricks, you practice it enough, you can get it. I guess another analogy is like a physical ability musical instrument is like a trumpet. You can learn the fingers, but if your lips don't have the muscle, you can't do it. Whereas, like a triangle or a cowbell, you don't need physical ability. So this, although it's a very complicated weapon, requires no physical ability. So anybody can try and pick it up if they go through the motions of learning it. So if anyone's who's actually interested in learning, then that's why we have this. All right, so we'll take turns.